And in other news, French President Emmanuel Macron has announced that he would name a new Prime Minister soon. This after Michel Barnier resigned following a no-confidence vote in the Parliament. The motion was approved by 331 votes, far more than the required 288 votes. And this is the first time a French government has been voted down by the Parliament in more than 60 years. A move Macron labelled unprecedented in his 10-minute address to the nation. He accused the far-right and hard-left for collaborating in what he called an anti-republic front to bring down the government.
By doing so, they chose chaos, and that's the only project they share with the radical left, with the support of the rest of the left-wing alliance. Not to do, but to undo, to wreak havoc.
Macron thanked Barnier for his dedication during his brief term as the Prime Minister and also informed that Barnier and his team will be in charge of current affairs until the appointment of a new government. It is still unclear if the government will be in place before Saturday, when world leaders, including US President-elect Donald Trump, are due to attend the opening ceremony of the rebuilt Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Meanwhile, after the presidential address, French left-wing leader and founder of the France Unbowed Party, Jean-Luc Mélenchon, cleared that the no-confidence was aimed at Macron, not Barnier. Mélenchon said that the new Popular Front alliance maintained its pick for Prime Minister, financial crime specialist Lucie Castet, who Macron previously ignored. However, Mélenchon also added that his party would support a new candidate for the post, even if that is not Castet, as long as they apply the main measures of the left New Popular Front alliance.
If the next Prime Minister implements the measures for which we were preferred, overturn of retirement at the age of 64, increase in minimum wages, salaries, then we will support them. Otherwise, we will fight them.
Now, correspondent Ross Cullen is joining us on this broadcast from Paris. Ross, what is the latest you're hearing from Paris?
Yeah, the latest is that different political party leaders have been visiting Emmanuel Macron at the Élysée Palace today for talks. We know that Emmanuel Macron wanted, in the major set-piece primetime address that he gave on Thursday evening, to try to create a government of all political forces. He wants to try to find a new form of political compromise. Traditionally in France, it's been very hard to cross party lines and try to come to some form of coalition. We know that there are very entrenched positions. Compromise is not regularly achieved in the French Parliament, which usually runs off one party having a majority. But in the hung parliament, in a divided parliament, after an inconclusive election, it's going to be very hard for the president to select a prime minister and therefore after that appoint a government which commands a majority of MPs' support. We know that the left-wing leaders from the socialists have been for talks today at the Élysée Palace. They say that Emmanuel Macron did not lay down preconditions on any subject and that Emmanuel Macron was ready to speak to other left-leaning parties like the Green Party and the far left France Unbowed. But the left did say we won't enter any coalition where the Prime Minister comes from the right, like the outgoing Prime Minister Michel Barnier. The right wing, like the Conservative, the Republican Party, they have also said they won't enter into any coalition where the Prime Minister comes from the left. So already we are seeing divisions starting to widen up, and divisions that might be very hard for Emmanuel Macron to bridge. There are already questions about the budget. Emergency powers will probably have to be used to roll over the 2024 budget into next year, because that couldn't be agreed, and the budget was the crux of the whole reason why the opposition parties laid down that motion of no confidence against Michel Barnier earlier this week. So we are seeing divisions, but we are seeing that search for a new Prime Minister continue.
All right, Ross, thank you so much for all those updates from Paris.